Good morning and Jai Hind to all students. Saraswati Shishukunj Magwara Board Sir, English Medium. Students, standard 4th subject EVS. Students, this is another video of a new chapter. This time you will going to learn interesting chapter. And what is the chapter's name? The chapter's name is chapter number 16 of busy month. So students, in the previous online class up to here you have studied about some birds. Students, quickly let us go through that what you have studied in the online class. So students, these things are there in this chapter. Students, this chapter is all about one letter. Who has wrote this letter? A famous Gujarati writer named Gijubai Padekar, who has written this letter. So in this chapter, you will going to learn about different features of birds. So which types of features will you learn? How all the birds build their nest. You will going to learn that how birds have different types of feet, in which bird they use their feet. Then you will also going to learn about their beaks, that in which bird all these different beaks are being used by birds. And you will also going to learn about some animal teeth, where they use their teeth. Students, all these things you will going to learn in this chapter. Then students, let us begin this video. Students, in the previous online class you have studied about some birds. Which birds? Like sparrows, doves and sunbirds, who have started to prepare to make their nest, because the summer season is there, so they will need nest. Students, you have also studied another bird. It is called Indian robin. Makes its nest from grass, and on its nest you can find some soft twigs, roots, wool, hair and cotton wool. So these things you can find on its nest. It was a soft and cozy nest. The Indian robin's nest is not like crow. Crow's nest is made of from all things like wires, wood, etc. So students, there is a difference between this Indian robin's nest and the nest of crow. The crow builds its nest high up. Where is building? Builds its nest high up on a tree. All the nest of crow you can find it is on the top of a tree. Students, you can find that a dove makes its nest on the thorns like cactus or in the mehndi hedge, means the mehndi plants. The sparrow can be found in and around our own house. Students, you have seen also that sparrow builds its nest in our house. It makes its nest anywhere, means on the top of a cupboard, behind a mirror or on a ledge also. Students, another bird, the barbet bird or coppersmith bird, can be heard in the summer with its tuk 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 call. So students, whenever you listen the noise like tuk tuk tuk, you have to identify that this bird is barbet or coppersmith. So where it makes its nest? So it makes its nest in a hole and in a tree trunk. Students, the tailor bird, another bird, it uses its sharp beak to stitch together two leaves on a bush. It stitches two leaves because it lays its eggs in the fold of the leaf that it has made. Student, it is about another bird. It is called the sunbird. The sunbird makes a nest that hangs from the branches. So how is the nest of a sunbird? That hangs on the branches of a small tree on a bush. Students, you have also seen some nests who are hanging on a bush. So students, which bird makes this type of nest? So the answer is sunbird. Its nest has hair, grass, thin twigs, dry leaves, cotton wool, pieces of tea barks, pieces of clothes, rags, and even spider cobwebs. So students, with all these things, the sunbird makes its nest. Students, in this chapter you have studied till this. So students, based on this, students, you have to give some answers of the questions. Then student, one question is there. You have studied all these different types of birds. All birds, they make their nest by using different types of things like grass, twigs, branches of leaves, some barks, all these things. Students, then tell me why these all birds they build their nest. Students, the answer is to raise their young ones in the nest. That is why all the birds they build their nest. Students, these were all about different types of nest of different birds. Students, do you know that birds also have many enemies? So who are their enemies? So humans and other animals like crows, squirrels, cats and rats. So students, these animals are the enemies of birds. Why they are called as enemies? Because they steal the eggs of birds and they also break the nest. That is why they are the enemies of birds. Students, up to here you have studied in this chapter. Students, based on this, you have to give the answer of the questions. Students, this is also the answers of your worksheet. Students, the first question in this answer the following question is first. How many years ago did Gijubai write this letter? So students, the answer is Gijubai wrote this letter 84 years ago. So how many years ago? 84 years ago that Gijubai wrote this letter. The student, second number question is, this letter talks about many different birds. How many of these birds you have seen? So students, the answer is, from the birds named in this letter, I have seen pigeons, sparrows, crows, tailor birds, etc. So this type of birds you must have seen around your house. Students, the third number question is, how many other birds have you seen? Students, apart from these birds, I have seen many other birds like sparrows, ducks, vultures, doves, parrots, peacocks, etc. So this type of birds we have seen. Then student, another question is, have you seen a bird's nest? Where did you see it? So students, the answer is yes. I have seen bird's nest. There is a big tree near our house. So I have seen bird's nest on these trees. So students, you must have seen bird's nest on a tree. Students, final question is, which is your favorite bird? How it flies and what sound it makes? So students, the answer is, my favorite bird is the pigeon. It spreads its wings wide, in its feet and flies in a straight line. It makes the sound of goo goo. Students, this is why the favorite bird is pigeon. Students, next question is, where do birds stay once they have left their nest? So students, the answer is, once birds left their nest, they stay in various places like on trees, in water, near water bodies or on land. Students, the next question is, guess what this bird is. Then there is a clue is given, a crown on the head and coins on the tail. So many shades of blue from top of tail. Because on this bird's head there is a crown. Because on its tail you can see a lots of blue color, and there is one hint is also given that this bird is our national bird. So the answer is peacock. So it is our national bird, peacock. Students, with these also these are the answers of worksheet. I hope you have understood it. So students, with this answer, this is also the end of this video. I hope you have understood all these answers. Thank you and have a nice day.